Hey everybody, welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and we are still going through some of the different requests for custom skins in Fortnite using the boundless set of customizable skins here in this game. And in today we are going to show you the best way we know how to make Cyclops, specifically, as requested, the Cyclops from the movie X-Men Dark Phoenix. In this movie, the character has a dark blue outfit with a bright yellow X across his chest and shoulders and torso. He doesn't have a cowl over the top of his head like he does in some of the comic books, which makes this a little bit easier to accomplish. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this skin, and we're going to show you a couple of variants, but the one we came up with here is the one you see on your screen, the one that we kind of finalized and want to take into a game. So with that, let's get into how we made this version of Cyclops, one of the X-Men who is not yet actually in the game. So for this skin, we used the Hunter skin and used suit pattern Peerless on him. This was as close as we could get to having a yellow X sort of thing on the top part of his chest. Obviously it's not exactly an X, but it leaves most of his torso and legs in that dark blue color, at least when you look at it straight on. So really this is the uniform pattern that we thought best replicated that very upper body yellow with lower body blue that we saw in that movie Dark Phoenix. Hairstyle A, mask on and belt off. Normally we would have put the belt on in this case, but we will talk about a little bit later why we decided not to do that here. Primary suit color material is cloth, and color is midnight blue. It's really the darkest blue you can get. Secondary color is cloth as well, and we used the mustard color. You could also use the straight up yellow color, and I don't think you would lose much by doing that. It's really a toss-up, whichever one you like better. Accessory color is red here, and you could, if you wanted, use silver or platinum to try to replicate kind of the headpiece that he has that he shoots his singular eye beam through. But the reason we decided to go with red is because it makes that sort of bridge across both of his eyes a solid red color. And Cyclops, of course, is known for having that one horizontal bar across his eyes. And this was as close as we could get to replicating that. In a perfect world, we would have like a little bit of silver around this red that would make it clear that he was wearing that headpiece, but we just don't have that option here. So this is as close as we got, and we think this looks pretty close. The eye effects is on because, of course, he has that laser beam that he shoots out of his eyes, and this was as close as we could get to replicating that. Eye color is brick red. No changes to his skin tint or hair tint. You could tint his hair a little bit by putting gold there, so he's got some brown in it, but we don't think that's really necessary. And with the sticker, you could, if you wanted, use the cross swords to give him something like an X-Men logo. You could also use the night slice to serve that same purpose. It would give him that kind of X pattern on his upper chest, which is about right. But honestly, I think these stickers are just a little bit more distracting than they are helpful when coming together with this custom skin. So we decided to go with none. Taking a look at his presets, I did not give him a back bling, again, because the character doesn't really have one. Phantasmic Pulse using two red colors is what we used for a pickaxe here. Now, what you'd really want Cyclops to be able to do is shoot a beam of red power out of his eyes, but we can't do that. So the closest thing we could come up with was to give him like a similar electro beam pattern, but just on his hand. Obviously that's not the right place for it, but it's what we're going to do with what we've got here. The Mighty Marvel umbrella is our glider. I use that as kind of the default for all of our Marvel superhero custom skins, simply because it's the right color basically, and it's Marvel. For the same reason as our pickaxe, we're using the Target acquired contrail. Again, we can't really make a red beam come out of Cyclops' eye, but what we can do is give him a red beam when he drops down to Earth coming off of his hands and feet. For emotes, I mostly just give him typical sort of superhero fighting type emotes. The one that I would really recommend more so than any others is I'll Be Seeing You. That's the most Cyclops looking one I think we can get. For the wrap, we used Undercurrent. It's sort of blue and yellow like the X-Men uniforms in Dark Phoenix. And that is how we made our Cyclops from X-Men Dark Phoenix. I think he actually turned out pretty decently, all things considered. So yeah, I guess we'll drop him into a little bit of game action, and just so you can see him running around the map a little bit, and then we'll wrap this thing up. From behind, there's a little bit too much yellow, I admit, but it does make a little bit more of an X pattern than it did in the front. So I guess there's that. Have a seat. And that's a little bit of gameplay action with our Cyclops skin here in Fortnite. Thank you so much for watching. Check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at TripleHound, and use code TripleHound in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. If you have suggestions for other custom skins you'd like to see, please do leave them in the comments below. We don't make all of them, but we do oftentimes see if we can make them, and if we can't make something that looks pretty close, we frequently won't necessarily make a video on it, but we love to see all the recommendations, and we love to get into our little Fortnite lab and try to make them as close as we can. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the recommendations for this one, and stay tuned for the next video. See you later. Bye-bye.